You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports 2. Well, we're going to talk about Charles Barkley. Now, if you're subscribed over to the bigger channel, if you follow any of my videos very closely, Charles Barkley is my all-time favorite NBA player. But in the last maybe 24 months or so, Charles has really disappointed me with a lot of the things that he has come out with. It's blatantly obvious he has aligned himself with the woke sports media. And he's been a really vocal pusher of the vaccine. And he went out there, did a lot of virtue signaling for the vaccine. And now he's coming out here and he's slamming Kari Lake. And I just don't see why he's doing this exactly, but it's clear. I mean, he's on CNN for this hit he's doing, so that pretty much tells you where he is now. I met Charles back in 93, NBA playoffs, senior trip, and he was down on the boardwalk at Hooters. Thunder Dan Marley was there, and it was awesome. Very nice guy. To talk to a bunch of goofy kids that were on a senior trip, but he did, so that was really cool. But here we are, woke sports media, and going after Republicans, and this time he goes after Kari Lake. Breitbart, TNT NBA analyst Charles Barkley went off on what he calls, quote, election deniers in the Republican Party, who, according to Barkley, don't believe an election is legitimate unless they win. No, there's just certain candidates like Kari Lake. Out of every candidate running in every election across the country, outside of Brian Kemp, I mean, I just pretty much knew Brian Kemp was going to win Georgia. I did not see Kari Lake losing. Not only did I not see Kari Lake losing, I didn't see her... I didn't see it even being close. I thought she would win that race, and I thought she would win it pretty big. And I think that's where some of the issues start coming in, okay, with things like this. So, anyway, it is what it is. I thought Katie Hobbs was not nearly the stronger candidate of the two between her and Kari Lake. Barkley appeared on CNN this morning with host Don Lemon, Caitlin Collins, and Poppy Harlow, okay, for an interview that included Kyrie Irving in the midterm election cycle. The NBA Hall of Famer told the host that he was glad the election cycle was over. One of 3 states where Barkley has homes is over. Specifically, Barkley said that the election denying from Republican gubernatorial candidate Kari Lake had disappointed him. Oh, woe is me. Woe is me. Let's take a little listen here.
Interested watching the results. It's been frustrating. So Kari Lake, I don't know Kari Lake that well, but I've met her quite a few times. She's always been cordial, friendly, just a great lady. What has happened to her the last few years has been very frustrating and disappointing to me. Because all these election deniers, are they only saying elections legit if they win?
Yes.
That's the thing that's frustrating for me. Like, a Republican's going to say, unless we win, if the election was stolen, is that the motto we're going to have for the rest of history? If they don't win an election that was stolen? And that was the thing that bothered me the most about watching Kari.
Okay, so that's what Charles had to say. Barkley maintains residencies in 3 states, Arizona, Georgia, and Pennsylvania. All 3 have became the scene of closely fought battles for the Senate. Quote, I'm so glad it's over, Barkley said of the election cycle. Well, of course, we still got a runoff down here in Georgia. But I live in the 3 craziest states whatsoever. It's been crazy for the last 6 months. I'm glad it's over. The former 76er then leveled criticisms at politicians from both parties who he claimed had, quote, ruined the country with divisive rhetoric. I am disgusted with our politics, Barkley stated. These people are elected to try and make things better. The notion that you've got to have every Republican vote, every Democratic vote is a flat out joke. I can walk up to somebody who's a Democrat or independent or whatever. We don't disagree on every subject, and these politicians have ruined our country. To a certain extent, I agree with that statement. But I don't really care for normal politicians in general, and I haven't. I think that was the big thing with Trump, right? He wasn't part of the political, the normal political cycle, right? He was different. And Kari Lake was different in that same kind of way, that electric personality, that draw, and I'm still shocked by the result on that. I'm not going to sit here on this platform and tell you how I feel about it, but I'll look at the camera and be like, you probably have a pretty good idea of what I truly think, may have went on there involving Kari Lake. I'm just saying. Charles used to be such a free thinker, not part of the echo chamber, not saying the prototypical thing you expect to hear from a member of the sports media, and he just fell off a cliff. I mean, now everything is prototypical, fall in line with the Democratic leftist party, and walk that straight and narrow with that party and give these kind of takes where at the end of the day he can say, well, I don't want divisive rhetoric and all this, that, and the third, but here you are slamming Kari Lake, somebody that you blatantly say that you've met and you think she's a very nice person. Well, then Kari Lake should be able to believe what she wants to believe, in my opinion, right? I don't know. It's disappointing to hear this from Charles Barkley, but he's on CNN, so I shouldn't expect anything different at this point, right? It is what it is. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports 2 supporters. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.